my beloved champion. I have watched you from the heights of my glory as you have stood before the threshold, your hands trembling yet resolute. I see the door you have been knocking on through the long watches of the night. Your knuckles are raw, stained with the effort of your persistence. Your voice, once loud and echoing, has become a whisper of desperate hope, weary from calling out into what felt like a void. Yet, I want you to know that your weariness is not a sign of failure. It is the evidence of your strength. You have not given up when the world told you to turn back. You have carried an unshakable, holy belief that the promise remains true, that those who knock will see the door swing wide, those who call will find an answer, and those who ask in faith will eventually hold the fruit of their desire. Your persistence brings a unique fragrance of joy to my heart. In a world of fleeting interests and shallow commitments, your unwavering faith, even when faced with the cold, hard wood of a closed door, reveals the true gold of your character. I see the exhaustion that has settled deep within your marrow. I see the toll it takes to believe in the invisible when the visible world offers no proof. I see your knees, worn from the hours of kneeling in the secret places. But more than your physical fatigue, I am captivated by your spiritual iron. Your heart refuses to tire, even when your body begs for rest. You are becoming a masterpiece of endurance. You have knocked during the heavy, silent hours when the rest of creation was slumbering. In those moments of solitude when it was just you, me, and your desperate hunger for a breakthrough, you proved your devotion. You have cried out to me even in the middle of bustling crowds, wearing a smile while your soul groaned under burdens no human eye could perceive. I want to settle a debt of truth in your spirit today. Every single knock has vibrated through the halls of heaven. Not a single call went unheard. Every tear you shed was caught in my eternal vial. If you felt I was silent, understand that. My silence was not absence. It was the sound of heavy preparation. While you were knocking on the outside, I was rearranging the interior. What you interpreted as a painful delay was, in reality, a divine alignment taking place in the celestial realms. The door you are standing before is not stuck. It is not rusted shut, nor has it been sealed by my anger. If it has been locked, it was locked for your protection, never for your punishment. I am the gatekeeper of your soul, and I would never let you enter a room that was not yet ready to sustain you. Think of the precise orchestration required for your breakthrough. Behind that door lies not just a gift, but a destiny. Every element of your future, the resources you will require, the people you will lead, the wisdom you will need, must be perfectly positioned. If the door had opened a moment too soon, you would have found an empty room. I have kept it closed because what awaits you on the other side requires a specific level of spiritual maturity. It demands a depth of character that can only be forged in the furnace of waiting. You wanted the blessing, but I wanted the transformation. The process of knocking has strengthened the very muscles you will need to carry the weight of the glory I am about to bestow upon you. You often worry that your imperfections have disqualified you. You carry your past mistakes like heavy stones in your pockets, thinking they make you too weighed down for my favor. But hear me now. Perfection was never the entrance requirement. If I only blessed the perfect, heaven would have no business on earth. What I required was your faith. What I looked for was your willingness to keep standing when everything screamed at you to fall. I see the flaws you try to hide. I am aware of the moments you stumbled, the choices that led you down dark corridors, and the times you trusted the wrong voices. None of these things shock me. None of them diminish my love for you. My grace is not a reward for your good behavior. It is the fuel for your journey. You are qualified not because of your flawless record, but because of your persistent heart. In the archives of heaven, your story is already legendary. The angelic hosts do not speak of your failures. They speak of your perseverance. They point to you as a living example of what it means to hold on when letting go would have been the easier path. They have watched you choose to pray one more time and believe one more day. In my kingdom, you are a champion from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. This identity does not shift based on your bank account, your relationship status, or the opinions of men. You are a champion because you have endured through my strength. You have fought battles in the dark that no one else saw, and you have remained faithful in the face of impossible odds. You have not just been fighting for yourself. Whether you realize it or not, your persistent knocking has created a rhythmic sound that is guiding others. There are souls watching you from a distance, souls who were on the verge of surrendering their own dreams. When they saw you continue to knock, they found the courage to lift their hands again. Your life is becoming a blueprint for breakthrough. When your door finally swings open, it will not just be a private victory. It will be a corporate explosion of hope. Your testimony will prove to the doubters that prayer is not a shouting match into the wind, but a conversation with a Father who responds with fire and favor. The enemy has tried to whisper that your faith is futile. He has tried to paint me as a distant, indifferent judge. But your life is dismantling those lies. Every day, you choose to trust me. Despite the delay, you are winning a spiritual war. You are a threat to the kingdom of darkness because you cannot be discouraged, you cannot be bought, and you cannot be silenced. The coming days will bring a shift in the atmosphere of your life. My presence is going to become so tangible that the questions which once haunted your mind will simply melt away. You will experience a closeness to me that defies explanation. Be prepared for suddenlies. Pieces of the puzzle that have been missing for years will suddenly click into place. Connections you thought were lost will be restored or replaced by something far better. You will look back at the closed doors and realize they were actually my hands shielding you from paths that would have led to your destruction. I am prosperous you, not for your hoarding, but for your distribution. You are a river, not a reservoir. As the abundance flows in, let it flow out. Your family will be the first to taste the fruit of your faithfulness, but it will not stop there. You will become a source of strength for the broken, a provider for the needy, and a light for those wandering in the dark. You are stepping into a season where your eyes will no longer witness the misery of not enough. The spirit of lack is being evicted from your household. You are entering a realm of more than enough. But even in the abundance, Keep the heart of the one who knocked. Stay humble. Stay hungry for my presence. Remember that the door opened because faith met timing. Your faith has finally aligned with my perfect clock. There is a sound of heavy hinges moving. The light of a new day is streaming through the cracks. The air of freedom is replacing the suffocating weight of the wait. Step forward, my champion. The wait was long, but the reward is eternal. The door is open. The room is ready. And I am standing there, waiting to welcome you into the fullness of your destiny. Do you hear it, my champion? There is a sound rising from the foundations of the earth, vibrating through the pillars of heaven. It is the sound of your prayers reaching their peak. For years, you thought your words were falling into a silent void. But in the spiritual realm, every "Please, Lord" was a note added to a grand celestial symphony. Every sigh of exhaustion was a rhythmic beat. Every tear that hit the floor was a resonant chord. The silence you experienced was not an empty quiet. It was the grand pause that a conductor calls for right before the most powerful climax of the music. I have been orchestrating this crescendo behind the veil. I have been gathering the prayers of your ancestors, the intercessions of those who love you, and the cries of your own heart to create a wall of sound that no enemy can withstand. When a symphony reaches its peak, every instrument from the smallest flute to the heaviest drum is engaged in a single purpose. Right now, every resource of my kingdom is being activated on your behalf. The angels are picking up their instruments of intervention. The powers of heaven are aligning their frequencies with your faith. The discord of your past, the shouting of your critics, the whispers of your failures, the static of your doubts is being drowned out by the overwhelming harmony of my favor. The door I am opening does not lead to a narrow hallway. It leads to a vast mansion of possibilities. Most people knock on a door hoping for a single room, but I am giving you the entire estate, the room of restoration. As you step inside, the first room you will encounter is the room of restoration. Here, I am giving back the years that the locusts have eaten. I am restoring the joy that was stolen by grief. I am repairing the relationships that were fractured by misunderstanding. This room contains the healing balm for every scar you carry from the seasons of waiting. You will walk out of this room feeling as though the trauma of the past never even occurred. The room of provision. Next, you will find the room of provision. This is not merely about currency. It is about the infinite supply of my grace. In this room, the not enough of your history is buried forever. You will find resources for visions you haven't even dared to dream yet. There are keys in this room to open businesses, to fund ministries, and to secure the future of your children's children. You will never again have to look at a bill with fear or a need with anxiety. The room of influence. Beyond that lies the room of influence. For years, you have been hidden in the shadows, refined in the dark. But now, I am bringing you into the light. I am giving you a seat at tables you didn't even know existed. Your voice, which was once a whisper at the door, will now be a command in the boardroom and a comfort in the sanctuary. You are being positioned to speak to hearts that are hardened and to leaders who are lost. The room of peace. Finally, there is the innermost chamber, the room of peace. This is the heart of the mansion. It is a peace that surpasses all human understanding. It is the ability to remain calm while the storms of life continue to rage outside. It is the deep, settled assurance that you are loved, you are seen, and you are secure in my hands. Every door opens when faith meets timing. This is a law of my kingdom that cannot be broken. You provided the faith. I have provided the timing. You see, if the door had opened during your season of immaturity, the blessing would have destroyed you. If the wealth had come before the wisdom, it would have been a curse. But look at who you are now. The fire of the waiting has burned away the dross of your ego. The delay has taught you that you cannot do this in your own strength. You are now steward ready. You are no longer looking for a miracle just to show off. You are looking for a miracle so you can show me to the world. The timing is now perfect because the people you are meant to help are also in their moment of greatest need. Your breakthrough is arriving at the exact moment someone else is praying for a rescuer. You are the answer to a prayer that hasn't even been fully voiced yet. I have synchronized your arrival with their emergency. As you step through this open door, I am gifting you with a new level of discernment. In the past, your kindness was sometimes exploited by those with hidden agendas. You were hurt because you gave your heart to those who only wanted your harvest. But in this new season, I am placing the shield of wisdom over you. You will see through the masks that people wear. You will hear the truth behind the lies. This wisdom is your protection. It will tell you when to say yes and when to say no. It will guide you on how to invest the abundance I am pouring into your life. You will not be a victim of your own success. You will not be overwhelmed by the demands of the new territory. I am giving you the mind of a strategist and the heart of a servant. You will recognize the difference between a good opportunity and a God opportunity. This wisdom will ensure that your breakthrough is not a temporary flash, but a permanent establishment. Do not think for a moment that you are walking through this door alone. You are the head of a great procession. Behind you are your children, looking at your example of how to never give up. Behind you are your friends who are finding their faith again because they saw yours survive the storm. Behind you are strangers who will read your story and realize that if God did it for you, He can do it for them. You are a pioneer. You are breaking the ground that others will walk on. The struggle you went through was actually a clearing of the path. You took the hits so that those following you wouldn't have to. You faced the giants so that your children could play in the fields. Your breakthrough is a signal fire to everyone in the valley. It says, "The king is still on the throne. The doors are still opening. The promises are still true. You are the living proof of my faithfulness." Your life is the evidence I am presenting to a skeptical world. What I am doing in your life today is not just for your comfort, it is for your legacy. Long after you have returned to my side in glory, the effects of this breakthrough will still be felt on the earth. The charities you will start, the words you will speak, the love you will demonstrate, these things are eternal. You are moving from a survival mindset to a succession mindset. You are no longer just trying to make it through the week. You are building something that will last for centuries. I am stretching your vision. Look beyond your own lifespan. Look at the generations that will be born into a world that is better because you refuse to stop knocking. The hinges are moving. The lock has clicked. The light is blinding in its beauty. Do not hesitate at the threshold. Do not let the familiar comfort of your waiting place keep you from your winning place. You have been a knocker for so long that it has become your identity. But today, I am changing your name. You are no longer the one who asks. You are the one who receives. You are no longer the seeker. You are the finders. You are no longer the beggar at the gate. You are the heir to the throne. Take the step. Breathe the new air. Taste the new wine. The era of the closed door is over. The era of the open heaven has begun. Listen closely, my champion, for what I am about to reveal will shift the very foundations of your family tree. This door that is swinging open for you is not just a personal exit from your own struggles. It is a spiritual explosion that is shattering the chains of your ancestors. For generations, your lineage has struggled with the same heavy shadows. I have seen the cycles of poverty, the patterns of addiction, the recurring spirits of infirmity, and the clouds of depression that have haunted your bloodline. Your fathers and their fathers before them stood before similar doors, but they lacked the specific endurance I have forged in you. You were chosen to be the cycle breaker. You were handpicked to be the one who finally says, "No more." Every time you knocked on that closed door while you were in pain, you were actually swinging a spiritual sledgehammer against the walls of generational lack. Every prayer you whispered in the dark was a crack in the foundation of the curses that have held your family captive for decades. As you step through this door, you are not walking through alone. You are carrying your entire lineage into the light. Because of your faithfulness, your children will never have to knock as hard as you did. Your grandchildren will walk through doors that you paid for with your tears. The not enough that defined your past will be replaced by a running over that will define their future. You are the architect of a new family history. You often looked at your waiting room as a prison, but I want you to see it as a forge. A prison is meant to contain you, but a forge is meant to refine you. The intense heat of the delay was not meant to burn you. It was meant to melt away the impurities that would have hindered your success. In the forge of the waiting room, I was tempering your soul. Think of a master swordsmith. He puts the blade into the fire until it glows white, hot, and then he strikes it again and again. You felt the strikes. You felt the pressure. You felt the heat. But look at the result. You are no longer brittle. You are no longer easily broken by the opinions of others. You have become kingdom steel. The person who first started knocking on this door would have been shattered by the weight of the blessing that is now coming. But the person you have become through the forge is strong enough to lead, wise enough to give, and humble enough to stay connected to me. The waiting room was the secret place where I built your internal infrastructure to support your external increase. Let us speak plainly about the abundance that is flooding toward you. Many think of abundance only in terms of gold and silver, but my abundance is far more complex and beautiful. Abundance of time. I am restoring the hours you lost to worry, I am giving you a divine efficiency where you will accomplish in one day what used to take you a month. Abundance of health. I am revitalizing your physical vessel. The stress that has aged you is being replaced by the oil of joy, which will bring marrow to your bones and strength to your limbs. Abundance of clarity. The mental fog that has clouded your decision-making is lifting. You will see opportunities with the precision of an eagle. You will know exactly which path to take without the paralyzing fear of making a mistake. Abundance of access. I am giving you keys to rooms you didn't even know were on the map. You will find yourself in conversations with destiny shapers. You will have the favor of kings and the respect of the righteous. This abundance is not for your ego, it is for your assignment. I am making you a distribution center for my glory. You will have so much left over that your life will become a fountain that never runs dry. As you stand now with your hand on the doorknob, be warned, the voices of the enemy will reach their highest volume. When you were far away from the door, the enemy was quiet because you weren't a threat. But now that you are crossing the threshold, he will scream. He will whisper, "You don't deserve this." He will remind you of the mistakes you made in 2012, or the words you spoke in anger last year. He will tell you that the door will slam shut the moment you try to enter. Do not argue with a liar. Do not negotiate with a defeated foe. Your response to the voices at the threshold is not more words, it is more action. Step through. Your worthiness is not found in your performance. It is found in my promise. I have already paid the price for your entry. The blood of the Lamb is your passport. The word of the Father is your deed of trust. Silence the critics by the sheer magnitude of your fruit. Can you feel the air changing? The heavy, stagnant atmosphere of the waiting season is being blown away by the wind of the Spirit. There is a divine dew falling on the dry ground of your life. You are moving from the season of the desert to the season of the garden. In the desert, you had to fight for every drop of water. In the garden, the rain falls before you even ask. In the desert, you had to search for hidden scraps of manna. In the garden, the fruit hangs low on the branches, waiting for you to pluck it. This shift is not temporary. It is a permanent change in your spiritual climate. You are entering the land of Goshen, a place of protection and plenty, while the rest of the world may be in famine. You are under my canopy. You are hidden in the secret place of the Most High. As this message concludes, I want you to take a deep, holy breath. This is the moment of your Amen. In the ancient tongue, Amen means so be it. It is the verbal seal on a divine contract. You have done your part. You have knocked. You have stayed. You have believed. Now, the burden is on me to be the God of my word. And I tell you, I have never failed, and I am not about to start with you. Your door is not just open. The hinges have been removed, so it can never be closed again. Your path is not just clear, it has been paved with the gold of my favor. Your future is not just bright, it is dazzling with the light of my glory. Go forth, my faithful champion. The world is waiting for the version of you that just walked through that door. Amen. You have often asked, how will it happen? Your human mind seeks a logical sequence, a predictable chain of events, or a visible ladder to climb. But I am the God who creates out of nothing. I am the architect of the impossible. The miracle I am releasing into your life is not a mere improvement of your current circumstances. It is a divine intervention that defies natural laws. The anatomy of your miracle is composed of 3 layers: the internal shift, the external alignment, and the supernatural acceleration. First, there is the internal shift. I have already been doing this within you. I have been replacing your scarcity mindset with a sovereignty mindset. You no longer look at a mountain and see an obstacle. You see a platform for my glory. This internal shift is the foundation. Without it, the blessing would be like heavy rain on parched, cracked earth. It would just run off. But because I have tilled the soil of your heart through the waiting, you are now a sponge, ready to absorb every drop of favor. Second, there is the external alignment. While you were praying, I was moving people you haven't met yet. I was prompting a stranger in another city to think of someone like you. I was causing a decision maker to lose sleep until they looked at your file. I was closing doors that looked like opportunities so that you would be forced to stand before the correct door at the exact moment. Third, there is supernatural acceleration. This is the suddenly of the kingdom. In the natural world, it takes years to grow a forest, but in my presence, I can make a dry rod bud, blossom, and produce fruit overnight. You are entering a season of divine compression, where the time between the seed and the harvest is drastically shortened. What took others 20 years to achieve, I will do in you in 20 months, or even 20 days. There are those who have watched your struggle with a secret sense of satisfaction. There are voices that whispered behind your back saying, "They've been praying for years, and nothing has changed." Maybe their God isn't listening. There are friends who offered pity, but lacked faith. But hear me now, my champion. I am preparing a table for you in the presence of those very enemies. I am not doing this to embarrass them, but to enlighten them. Your breakthrough will be so undeniable, so clearly marked by the finger of God, that even your fiercest critics will have to admit that I am with you. You will not need to defend yourself. You will not need to post your victories to prove a point. The fruit of your life will be your defense. The peace on your face will be your testimony. I am turning your valley of weeping into a well of refreshing. Those who once mocked your persistence will soon come to you asking, "How did you do it? Tell us about the God you serve." You will move from being the topic of their gossip to being the inspiration for their transformation. You cannot walk into a palace wearing the rags of the dungeon. For too long, you have identified yourself by your struggle. You have become the person who is waiting, or the person who is struggling, or the person who is trying to make ends meet. Today, I am stripping those old labels off your soul. I am giving you the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. I am wrapping you in the robe of righteousness. I am placing the signet ring of authority on your finger. You must change how you carry yourself. Lift your chin, straighten your back. You are a child of the Most High King. You are not a beggar asking for a crumb. You are an heir claiming an inheritance. As you step through the open door, leave the victim mentality at the threshold. You are no longer defined by what you lacked. You are defined by whom you belong to. Practice the walk of a champion. Practice the speech of a victor. Start speaking about your future with the certainty of one who has already seen the end of the story. Your vocabulary must shift from "if God does it" to "because God is doing it." Success and abundance bring new challenges. When you were in the valley, the enemy ignored you. But as you ascend the mountain of your destiny, the wind blows harder and the predators watch more closely. I want you to know that as I increase your territory, I am also increasing your security. I am placing divine sentinels around your life and your household. I am a wall of fire around your finances. I am a shield over your mental health. I am a hedge of protection around your children and your marriage. You do not need to fear the evil eye or the jealousy of men. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. If I gave it to you, no man can take it from you. You can sleep peacefully in your new season, knowing that the one who keeps you neither slumbers nor sleeps. Your abundance is not a target for the enemy. It is a fortress for the kingdom. Your breakthrough is a stone thrown into a still pond. The ripples will reach shores you cannot see. When you prosper, a local business will flourish because of your generosity. When you are healed, a nurse will find her faith again. When your family is restored, a neighbor will stop their divorce proceedings because they saw a glimmer of hope in you. You are a distribution center of hope. Every dollar that enters your hand is destined to bless 100 others. Every word of wisdom I give you is meant to be whispered into the ears of the broken. You are not a dead end for my blessings. You are a thoroughfare. The more you give, the more I will pour. The more you help, the more I will promote. This is the secret of the kingdom. Promotion is not for the selfish, but for the selfless. I can trust you with much, because I know your heart is attached to my people, not to the paper in your pocket. I decree and declare that my season of waiting has met its divine conclusion. I am stepping through the door that no man can shut. I am leaving behind the spirit of lack and the garment of heaviness. I am clothed in the favor of God. My family tree is being healed. My bank accounts are being filled. My mind is being renewed with heavenly wisdom. I am a champion, not because of my strength, but because of His Spirit. Every chain of the past is shattered. Every promise of the future is yes and amen. I am ready to receive. I am ready to give. I am ready to lead. The door is open, and I am walking through. Finally, my champion. I am pouring fresh oil upon your head. The old oil. The oil of yesterday's battles has dried up. You need a fresh anointing for this new level. This is the oil of ease. Things that used to be hard will now be easy. Doors that you used to have to kick will now swing open at your approach. People who used to say no will now say yes before you even finish your sentence. This is the oil of joy. It will wash away the bitterness of the years you spent knocking. It will smooth out the wrinkles of worry on your brow. You will laugh again, a deep, belly laugh that comes from knowing that your Father has truly outdone himself. The door is wide open. The sun is shining on the other side. The path is paved. The angels are cheering. Your Father is smiling. Step through. Your life begins today as you step through the main door of your destiny. My champion, you will find that the landscape of your new season is guarded by 10 specific gates. Each gate represents a different dimension of the blessing I am releasing to you. You do not have to rush through them all at once. I have given you the keys to each one, and they will open as your journey unfolds. 1. The Gate of Divine Wisdom. This is the first gate you must pass through. It is here that I am upgrading your discernment. You will no longer see things as they appear on the surface. You will see them as they are in the Spirit. This gate grants you the mind of the architect, allowing you to see the end of a project before you begin the blank-to-view.com. First step. 2. The Gate of Financial Overflow. For too long, you have lived in the graded garden of just enough. But as you pass through this second gate, you enter the fields of more than enough. This is the gate where debt is canceled, where hidden streams of income are revealed, and where the spirit of poverty is left behind forever. This wealth is not for your hoarding. It is the seed for your kingdom assignments. 3. The Gate of Physical Vitality. I see the toll that the years of knocking have taken on your body. As you pass through this gate, I am releasing a healing current through your nervous system. Chronic pains are dissolving. Sleep is becoming restorative. Your youth is being renewed like the eagles. You will have the physical energy to match the spiritual vision I have given you. 4. The Gate of Relational Restoration. Many of your tears were shed over broken hearts and betrayed trusts. This gate is where I am filtering your circle. I am removing the parasites and the critics, and I am bringing in the destiny helpers and the covenant friends. You will experience a love and loyalty you didn't think was possible on this side of heaven. 5. The Gate of Creative Innovation. In this new season, I am unlocking the vault of ideas within you. You will find yourself solving problems that have baffled others for years. You will receive blueprints in your dreams. Whether you are an artist, an entrepreneur, or a homemaker, a new creative anointing is resting upon your hands. 6. The Gate of Generational Healing. This gate is the one that secures your children's future. As you walk through it, the spiritual viruses that affected your parents stop with you. You are establishing a new standard of grace for your family line. Your grandchildren will walk in a light that you are igniting today. 7. The Gate of Public Favor. You have been hidden in the secret place for a long time. This gate is your manifestation point. It is here that I am causing your name to be spoken in rooms of influence. You won't have to promote yourself. My favor will be a divine magnet that attracts the right opportunities to your doorstep. 8. The Gate of Emotional Wholeness. The trauma of the waiting season left scars on your soul, anxiety, fear of disappointment, and a sense of unworthiness. At this gate, I am performing spiritual surgery. I am removing the orphan spirit and replacing it with the spirit of adoption, where you truly know you are my beloved. 9. The gate of spiritual authority. Your prayers are moving from petitions to decrees. You will speak to mountains, and they will move. You will speak to storms, and they will cease. This gate represents the mantle of the overcomer that I am draping over your shoulders. 10. The gate of final fulfillment. This is the gate of the finished work. It is the place where you look back at the door you were knocking on and realize that every delay was worth it. It is the gate of, well done, my good and faithful servant. Listen well, my champion, for the weight of the harvest is sometimes heavier than the weight of the weight. I have brought you into this abundance because I can trust your heart. But remember, the purpose of the blessing is to be a blessing. In the kingdom, stewardship is the prerequisite for sovereignty. If you want to rule over cities, you must first be faithful with the coins. I am teaching you the economy of heaven. In this economy, you do not lose what you give away. You multiply it. Do not allow the spirit of greed to whisper in your ear. When your barns are full, do not build higher walls. Build longer tables. When your influence grows, do not seek a louder microphone. Seek a deeper basin and a towel to wash the feet of the broken. The higher I lift you, the lower you must bow in my presence. This humility is the anchor of your abundance. It is what keeps the winds of success from blowing you off course. You thought I had forgotten the small things. You thought the times you gave your last dollar to someone in need went unnoticed. You thought the nights you prayed for your enemies were lost in the wind. But I keep a divine ledger. Every act of secret faithfulness has been recorded. Every time you chose integrity over a shortcut, I wrote it down. Every time you spoke a kind word to someone who could do nothing for you, it was credited to your account. Today, I am settling the books. I am paying divine interest on every deposit of faith you have made over the last decade. You are being rewarded for things you don't even remember doing. This is the bounty of the righteous. You didn't do it for the reward, which is why the reward is so great. I am not just giving you a breakthrough. I am building you a home. For years, you have felt like a spiritual nomad, wandering from one struggle to another, never quite feeling settled or secure. You have been living in a tent of testing, but now I am laying the cornerstone of stability. I am building a life for you that has foundations. This new season is not a visit. It is a habitation. You are moving from the temporary to the established. This home I am building for you has windows of vision, walls of protection, and a roof of covering. Within these walls, your soul will finally find its rest. The spirit of restlessness is being cast out. You will no longer feel the need to run, to hide, or to prove yourself to the world. You are home. You are safe. You are mine. As you enter your new territory, I am appointing angelic watchmen to stand on the walls of your life. They are there to ensure that what I have given you stays with you. These watchmen have been given orders to intercept the thief. If the enemy tries to steal your joy, they will stand in his way. If the devourer tries to touch your finances, they will rebuke him. You are no longer defending your territory alone. You have the armies of the Lord of hosts stationed at your perimeter. Walk with your head high. Speak with the authority of a king. Act with the confidence of a champion. The knocking is over. The entering has begun. The gates are open. The harvest is ripe. And I am with you every step of the way. Now that you have stepped through the door, my champion, you must understand that my kingdom is not static. It is a movement. You are not meant to simply sit inside the mansion. You are meant to govern the territory. To do this, you must operate by the 7 laws of spiritual momentum. These laws will ensure that your breakthrough does not stall, but grows like a snowball rolling down a mountain of grace. 1. The law of the first thought. In your old season, your first thought upon waking was often, "How will I survive today?" Or, "What problem will I face next?" In this new season, you must govern your first thought. Before your feet touch the floor, let your first thought be, "I am a child of the King, and today His favor is my shield." This law creates the spiritual atmosphere for your entire day. 2. The law of the spoken decree. Words are the steering wheels of your life. You have spent years asking. Now you must start commanding. Do not speak about your problems. Speak to them. Decree the end from the beginning. If a challenge arises, do not say, "I am worried." Say, "My Father has already provided the solution." Your momentum is sustained by the sound of your own faith. San. The law of the seed and the soil. Every blessing I give you contains a seed. If I give you financial increase, a portion of it is for your needs, and a portion is a seed for someone else's miracle. If you eat your seed, you stop your momentum. If you plant your seed, you guarantee your next harvest. Keep the flow of giving open, and the flow of receiving will never close. 4. The law of divine association. As you move higher, you must be more selective about your circle. Momentum is killed by anchor people, those who want to pull you back to the waiting room because they are comfortable with your old struggle. You need sail people, those who have the wind of the Spirit in their lives and will push you toward your destiny. 5. The law of perpetual thanksgiving. Gratitude is the oil that prevents the gears of your life from grinding to a halt. When you stop being thankful, you start being entitled. Entitlement leads to pride, and pride leads to a fall. Stay in a state of uninterrupted appreciation for even the smallest blessings, and the large ones will follow. 6. The law of the secret place. Do not let your public success replace your private devotion. The strength you use to knock on the door is the same strength you need to manage what is inside. If you lose your connection to the source, the light in your mansion will dim. Stay in the secret place with me, and your momentum will be eternal. 7. The law of holy audacity. Do not be afraid to ask for too much. In my kingdom, there is no such thing as a limited supply. If you think small, you stay small. If you dream big, you create a vacuum of faith that I am obligated to fill. Be audacious in your expectations. As you stand in the center of your new reality, an angel is approaching you with a golden scroll. This is not a list of your past mistakes. Those have been washed away and forgotten. This scroll contains your future name. In the old season, you were called forgotten, delayed, struggler, or mistake. But as you unroll this scroll, you will see the names I have written for you with the ink of heaven, the restorer of paths, the architect of generational wealth, the beacon of hope, the sovereign steward, my beloved heir. This scroll is your divine passport. It grants you entry into levels of society, business, and ministry that were previously closed to you. When you feel a spirit of imposter syndrome trying to whisper that you don't belong in the room, pull out this scroll in your spirit and read your names aloud. You are not an accident. You are an assignment. You are not a guest in the kingdom. You are the host. I want you to look out the windows of your new mansion and observe the ecology of my grace. See how the trees do not struggle to grow? They simply remain connected to the soil. See how the birds do not worry about tomorrow's meal. They simply fly and find what has been provided. You are now living in a self-sustaining ecosystem of blessing. Just as nature has its cycles, your life now has divine cycles. You will have seasons of deep rooting, growth you cannot see, and seasons of heavy fruit, blessings everyone can see. In this ecology, even the rainy days are a blessing. The storms are no longer meant to destroy your house. They are meant to water your garden. The wind is no longer meant to knock you down. It is meant to carry the seeds of your influence to distant lands. You are no longer fighting against the elements. The elements are now working for you. Inside your new life, I want you to build an altar of gratitude. This is not a physical structure, but a ritual of the heart. Every morning, light the incense of praise. Speak to me about the small things, the taste of your coffee, the breath in your lungs, the roof over your head. When you acknowledge the small mercies, you prove to heaven that you are ready for the mighty miracles. This altar is your protection. The enemy cannot breathe in an atmosphere of true gratitude. It is toxic to him. When you are busy counting your blessings, you have no time to count your worries. This altar keeps your heart soft, your mind clear, and your spirit connected to the frequency of my throne. In the backyard of your destiny, there is a deep well. This is the well of discovery. For years, you were so focused on surviving that you had no time for discovering. You have talents, gifts, and passions that I buried deep within you at birth, waiting for this specific season to be uncovered. As you draw water from this well, you will find hidden business strategies that will revolutionize your industry, creative melodies that will heal the brokenhearted, scientific insights, or organizational structures that will bring order to chaos. A new depth of love for your spouse and children that you didn't have the capacity for before. You are more multidimensional than you realize. You are not just a survivor, you are a creator. You are not just a worker, you are a wonder. Start exploring the depths of who I made you to be. There is more to you than you ever imagined. As you move forward today, my champion, do not look back. The waiting room is a memory. The closed door is a ghost. The knocking is a finished task. Your eyes were designed to look forward. Your feet were designed to move forward. Your heart was designed to expand forward. I am with you in the now, and I am already waiting for you in the next. Step forward into the light of your legacy. As you settle into your new mansion of destiny, my champion, you must understand that I am not just blessing you, I am fortifying you. I am placing 12 divine shields around your household to ensure that your peace is never interrupted and your harvest is never stolen. 1. The shield of the silent tongue. This shield protects your home from the gossip and slander of the outside world. It creates a spiritual buffer where the words of critics cannot penetrate. Your home will be a sanctuary of truth. 2. The shield of the midnight watch. My angels are stationed at your windows and doors during the hours of darkness. You will sleep with the deep, restorative peace of a child, for the watchman of Israel never slumbers. 3. The shield of financial integrity. This shield protects your resources from the devourer. It prevents unexpected expenses, leaks, and losses. What I have given you will stay with you and multiply. 4. The shield of mental fortitude. This shield covers your mind and the minds of your children. It repels the spirits of anxiety and clouds of confusion. You will have the mind of Christ, clear, focused, and powerful. 5. The shield of physical health. I am placing a hedge of vitality around your physical bodies. Disease and infirmity will find no foothold in your dwelling. Your strength will be renewed daily. 6. The shield of relational unity. This shield prevents the seeds of discord from being sown in your marriage and family. It fosters a spirit of forgiveness, patience, and deep, unconditional love. 7. The shield of the pure heart. This shield protects your motives. It keeps you humble in the midst of great success and prevents the spirit of pride from entering your gates. 8. The shield of divine direction. This shield ensures that you never wander off the path I have set for you. It is like a holy compass that keeps your feet on the solid ground of my will. 9. The shield of social favor. Everywhere you go, this shield precedes you. It softens the hearts of strangers and turns no into yes. You will be welcomed in rooms of high influence. 10. The shield of creative flow. This shield protects your ideas and visions. It prevents creative block and ensures that your inspiration never runs dry. 11. The shield of generational security. This shield covers your children's children. It ensures that the blessing you receive today becomes a permanent inheritance for your bloodline. 12. The shield of the presence. This is the greatest shield of all. It is the very glory of God that permeates your home. When people enter your house, they will feel my peace without you saying a single word. Look out from the balcony of your destiny and see the 7 rivers that flow from my throne directly into your life. In the old season, you were drinking from a trickle of faith, but now you are swimming in the flood of fulfillment. The river of mercy. This river washes away the stains of your past every single morning. It ensures that you never carry the weight of yesterday's mistakes into today's opportunities. The river of provision. This river carries the gold of Ophir and the resources of the nations. It flows into your bank accounts, your businesses, and your storehouses with unstoppable momentum. The river of revelation. This river brings hidden knowledge to your mind. It is the source of your aha moments and your strategic breakthroughs. The river of joy. This river is the antidote to the spirit of mourning. It brings laughter back to your home and a song back to your heart. It is your strength in times of challenge. The river of peace. This river calms the storms of the world around you. It creates a stillness of soul that allows you to hear my whisper clearly above the noise of the crowd. The river of influence. This river carries your name and your testimony to distant shores. It expands your territory and gives you a voice of authority in the earth. The river of life. This river is my very spirit. It brings life to everything it touches: your health, your dreams, your spirit, and your destiny. For years, a giant of fear stood at the door you were knocking on. He whispered that you were wasting your time. He showed you visions of your failure. He reminded you of everyone else who tried and failed. But as you stepped through the door, you didn't just bypass the giant, you defeated him. Your persistence was the stone in the sling. Your faith was the strength in the arm. Your patience was the precision of the strike. The giant of fear is now a gazing stock in your past. He has no more power over your future. When you see him again in your memories, he will look small and insignificant compared to the glory that now surrounds you. You are no longer the fearful. You are the fearless. You have looked the impossible in the eye and refused to blink. I want you to understand the magnitude of what is happening. Your breakthrough is not just a private miracle. It is a cosmic event. When one person persists in faith until the door opens, the spiritual bar is raised for everyone. You are creating a momentum of hope that will touch people in other nations. Somewhere across the world, a woman who is about to give up on her business will see a glimmer of your story and decide to try one more time. A man who was losing his battle with illness will hear of your healing and find the strength to believe again. You are a global ambassador of the impossible. Your life is a living epistle read by all men. The light that is shining on you is so bright that it is illuminating the path for those still in the waiting room. You are proof that the God of the Bible is still the God of today. Today, I am making an everlasting covenant with you. This is a divine contract, signed in the ink of my love and sealed with the Spirit of truth. The terms of the covenant are these: I will be your God, and you will be my champion. I will open doors that no man can shut, and I will shut doors that no man can open. I will bless those who bless you, and protect you from those who oppose you. I will provide for your needs before you even realize they exist. I will give you beauty for ashes, and the oil of joy for mourning. Your part in the covenant is simple. Stay connected to the vine. Keep your heart humble. Keep your hands open. Keep your eyes on me. This covenant is not based on your perfection, but on my faithfulness. It is a permanent foundation for your future success. Take a moment to look at your hands. These are the hands that knocked until they were raw. Now, they are the hands that will sign the contracts, heal the sick, and lift the fallen. Look at your feet. These are the feet that stood in the waiting room for years. Now, they are the feet that will walk on the high places of the earth. Look at your heart. This is the heart that almost broke under the weight of the delay. Now, it is the heart that is large enough to hold the dreams of a generation. You have transitioned from the season of the seed to the season of the harvest. You have moved from the place of the promise to the land of possession. The journey of the closed door is officially over. The journey of the open heaven has begun. And now, my faithful champion, it is time for you to enter your divine rest. This is not a rest of inactivity, but a rest of assurance. It is the rest that comes from knowing that the battle is won, the door is open, and your Father is in control. The knocking is done. The asking is answered. The seeking is found. The door is wide, wide open. Go forth and occupy your territory. Go forth and shine my light. Go forth and change the world. You were born for such a time as this. Your persistence has been rewarded. Your faith has been honored. Your God has been glorified. Welcome home, my champion. Welcome home. Amen and amen.